I want to talk about a common trap that we all fall into, myself included: gossiping. Not too long ago, there was a rumor going around in my small hometown of Ellsworth that I was pregnant. It turns out that there's another woman named Tasha in Ellsworth who was pregnant. And Tasha isn't a very common name here, so it's kind of funny how that misunderstanding happened. It's like the telephone game. The story changes along the way, and it's easy to add and twist the details. Now, I laughed out loud when I heard the rumor, but not all gossip is so easily brushed off, especially when you live in a small community. Growing up in a small town, I've always known that it's really hard to avoid gossip. This is also true in schools where news can spread like wildfire. Gossip is like social currency. It bonds us together and can also be entertaining. Gossip happens among kids, teens, and adults. It happens at work, and it happens within families. It happens online and offline. It's everywhere. But there's a dark side to gossiping, and it can be incredibly hurtful, cause misunderstandings, ruin relationships, and blow events and conversations way out of proportion. Some people thrive on stirring up drama and finding joy in others' pain. And I've experienced that firsthand. And perhaps you know someone like that in your life. Throughout my life, especially after my accident, my family and I have been on the receiving end of hurtful comments, whispers behind our backs, and insinuations. And trust me, it took an extreme toll on my mental health and affected me in negative ways. Remember that behind every rumor, there's a real person who is affected. But you know what? I also understand how challenging it can be to stay out of the gossip loop. It can also be tricky to try to differentiate between gossip and just passing on information, especially when it's a shocking piece of news that you want to talk to someone about. So here are 4 questions that you can ask yourself when thinking about whether or not something is harmless, chit-chat, or harmful gossip. I'll also put these into the caption of the video. So question 1, do you have all the facts firsthand, or is this hearsay? Question 2, do your words build someone up or tear someone down? Question 3, do you find pleasure in discussing someone else's problems? Question 4, if the person you're talking about was present, would you change the topic? So after thinking it through these questions, are you starting to see the fine line? That last question in particular should really help. If you wouldn't say those things in front of the person you're discussing, it's probably gossip, and it's a good hint that this conversation isn't healthy. So now, if you're with your friends and someone starts gossiping, what can you do? Here are some phrases that can be helpful if you want to stop the conversation from continuing. I recommend saying the phrase and then trying to change the topic of conversation. So first you could say, that sounds really tough. I bet they're having a hard time. You could also say, I don't have an opinion on this. Or lastly, I'm trying not to gossip, so can we talk about something else? Now, I'll put all of these phrases in the caption of this video so you can read through them and decide which one you're going to keep in the back of your mind for the next time you're in a gossipy situation. Now, if you find yourself as the victim of gossip and people are spreading a rumor about you, I've been there too, and I feel for you. The best thing you can do is talk to the people who are spreading the rumor and ask them to stop or give them the correct information. You can also talk to your friends and ask them to help stand up for you. But honestly, this is what I recommend the most. Just ignore it. There's a good chance you're never going to know where the rumor started or who has been spreading it. The cruel things some people say about others are a reflection of themselves, not about you. Let me say this again. The cruel things that some people say about others are a reflection of themselves, not about you. So I hope this helps, because I really know how painful this is and how devastated you can feel. But remember, it will pass. In schools and small towns, yesterday's news usually quickly fades away. People will move on to something else or just forget about it. And I've been amazed how quickly people can move on. But if it doesn't move on, realize this again. This is a reflection of them, not you. Like I said earlier, there are people who thrive on drama and find joy in other people's pain. So the best thing you can do is ignore it and try to move on. Again, my heart goes out to you because it's really hard, but I want you to know that you will get through this. And I hope this helps you learn what to do when you're on the end of gossip next time, because you remember what it feels like to be talked about behind your back and how hurtful it was. In closing, I just have 2 more thoughts for you. First, I heard this anonymous quote a while back and I really like it. It says this: tearing others down won't get you any higher. Remember this the next time when you're tempted to gossip. And second, I want you to know that this is something that I personally struggle with. I am a social butterfly and I thrive on human connection and talking and relationships. So I've caught myself getting drawn into gossip on countless occasions, and I really struggle with how to handle it. But it's something that I'm really trying to work on in my life. We all make mistakes, but as it's been said, the best thing to do is learn from those mistakes and work hard to be better human beings. We're all working hard on our journeys to be better. And that's why I wanted to talk about this topic. Let's strive to create a kinder and more compassionate world where gossip has less power. Thanks for joining me.